Today, we're going to tell a story about survival on a scale that is just mind-boggling. This isn't about escaping a supernova or a black hole. No, this is the story of the Stupa Ark and its wild, desperate attempt to escape the end of reality itself. This line from the source material just sets the scene perfectly, doesn't it? Try to imagine an apocalypse that doesn't burn you or blast you apart, it just erases you. The very rules of physics that hold everything together, they just stop. That is the enemy they're running from. So what is this cosmic eraser? It's a concept called a false vacuum decay. The best way to think about it is like this. Imagine the universe's fundamental operating system, the laws of physics, is suddenly and catastrophically rewritten. It's this expanding wave of new rules, and anything it touches is just deleted from the old reality. This is the villain of our story. So, with that terrifying idea in our heads, let's get a really clear picture of the stakes here. The universe, as they know it, is being deleted, systematically, 1 light year at a time. And here is the truly impossible part of the problem. This wall of nothingness is moving at the speed of light. Now, as we know, that's the universe's ultimate speed limit. Nothing with mass can reach it, let alone beat it. So logically, there's no escape. You cannot outrun this. It's the final deadline. But of course, there is one last hope. A ship called the Stupa Ark. Now, this isn't some generation ship carrying people in cryosleep. It's a sanctuary for consciousness itself, a digital refuge holding millions of minds. And it is the very last trace of their civilization, parked right in the path of the apocalypse. So, how do you escape the inescapable? I mean, really, how do you survive the end of the very laws that even allow you to exist? Well, you do it with a plan so audacious, it sounds more like mythology than physics.
The plan has this incredible name that just captures the sheer scale of it. Mahaprajnaparamita. It translates to the Great Crossing of the Farther Shore. And that name tells you everything. They aren't trying to find a new planet in their own ocean. They are trying to cross over into a completely new ocean altogether.
This incredibly desperate plan has 2 parts. First, you've got the sprint. They have to do the impossible and actually outrun that wave, just for a few moments. And then second, the jump. They have to use that tiny, precious window of time to perform a maneuver that will rip them out of their reality for good. Okay, let's break that down, starting with phase 1, the sprint. This is just pure brute force physics, pushed right to its absolute breaking point. It's the question, right? If the speed of light is the universal speed limit, and the thing that's trying to kill you is moving at the speed of light, what can you possibly do? And the answer is just so wonderfully clever. You don't try to move through space faster than light, you move space itself. Imagine you're on a cosmic surfboard. The Alcubierre drive creates a wave in space-time. It literally scrunches up space in front of the ship and expands it behind, and you just ride that wave. They don't just turn it on, they redline it, pushing it so hard that they are effectively moving at thousands of times the speed of light. They are literally outrunning the apocalypse. But going that fast is a devil's bargain. The ship's hull is under just catastrophic stress. That warp bubble is deeply unstable. It could collapse at any second. And the amount of energy they're burning is just skyrocketing. This isn't a sustainable trip. It's a controlled crash, a way to buy just a few precious moments before everything falls apart. So they have their moments. They've put just a tiny sliver of distance between themselves and total oblivion. Now what? Well, now comes the second and truly mind-bending part of the plan. Their destination is a place the source texts call the Bulk. Okay, to get your head around this, picture our entire 3D universe, everything we know, as a single, flat sheet of paper. The Bulk is the air, the infinite space all around that paper. It's a higher dimensional reality, a formless place that exists completely outside our own physical laws. To get there, they need a very special tool. It's not an engine, it's something called the gravitational scalpel. And its purpose isn't to push the arc forward, but to cut its very connection to the fabric of spacetime. It's literally a tool designed to sever their anchor to their home dimension. And here is the part that just breaks your brain. The gravitational scalpel performs an impossible rotation. It physically turns the arc 90 degrees into a direction that simply doesn't exist in our universe.
It's like taking a sticker on that sheet of paper and peeling it up, lifting it away into the air above. They're forcing a jump into the bulk.
So the sprint is over, the scalpel is ready, and what happens next is the climax of this entire incredible story, the Great Crossing itself.
It all happens in an instant. First, bam, the warp drive cuts out. The bubble of space-time they were riding collapses violently, releasing this cataclysmic blast of energy. And in that exact same moment, the gravitational scalpel fires. The entire Stupa arc pivots, turning into a direction perpendicular to reality itself. It's a maneuver that defies the very physics of its own universe, as the ship just screams under the dimensional strain. And then, nothing. All the violence, all the speed, the catastrophic stress, it all just vanishes. And it's replaced by an absolute, profound stillness. So, where are they? What is this new place? Well, it's a place defined almost entirely by absence. There is no light. There is no gravity. That background radiation of their old universe? Gone. And most importantly, that white wall of the false vacuum decay? It's also gone. They are safe. They actually did it. But that success is so beautifully, so hauntingly captured by this final line from the source. They escaped the end. They crossed to that farther shore. But now they find themselves adrift in an infinite void, a place with no stars, no direction, no context. And it leaves us with this fascinating final thought. Is surviving the end of your universe a victory? Or is it just the beginning of a different, much lonelier kind of eternity?